This is the Sidemen, the biggest YouTube group in history. But when it comes to football ability, they're a bunch of frauds. But today, that is going to change as I'm going to make the Sidemen the best team in the world. And as I'm being presented by the brand new club Sidemen FC, of course, the first thing I had to do was bring in all the Sidemen. So I went ahead and brought in KSI, Behzinga, Ronaldo, Vigstar, Simon, TBJZL, and of course, Zerka. However, the Sidemen are only 11 players. That means we're missing 4 more. So I went ahead and brought in 4 more players to this team. So I went ahead and brought in Alphonso Davies because he is a content creator, Trent Alexander-Arnold because he came out in a beta squad video, Raheem Sterling because he came out in a video with the Sidemen, and Emiliano Martinez because he fits the bill. He's a shithouse just like the Sidemen. But this is the Sidemen FC starting 11. It's time to kick off the season in the championship, because if we ever want to become the best team in the world, we eventually have to win that Champions League. But it's time for the first game in Sidemen FC history, and the first game ever for any Sidemen as a professional against Middlesbrough. It should be a relatively easy win.
Wow, professional football. I don't know if I can perform at this level. All my buddies are brilliant footballers, but I will do anything for my friends.
Miniminter picks out a through ball into TBJZL. TBJZL passes it into Vigstar. Vigstar 1v1 against the goalkeeper, and who else to score the first goal in Sidemen FC history but Vigstar, the greatest player in the Sidemen. And with Vigstar scoring the first goal in Sidemen history, I want to make sure in this journey in becoming the best team in the world to score with every single Sidemen along this way. However, that Vigstar goal was enough to get us our first victory as Sidemen FC manager. However, up next, we already had another game against Wigan Athletic. Let's see if these YouTubers can handle it in a real-life football situation. And we do have a corner in the 40th minute. We have a cross, but it's cleared out by Wigan. And now it's Ronaldo. Gives it into Zerka, the captain. Zerka with a long shot, and it's a beautiful goal. Our second goal ever as manager. The second goal ever in Sidemen FC history is a banger with Zerka. That's the second Sidemen we have scored with. And now it's Raheem Sterling on the ball with a cross in into Vigstar with a bicycle kick, and it's a brilliant save. And now it's Raheem Sterling with another through ball into Vigstar. 1v1 against the goalkeeper. Can he go ahead and score his second goal of the season? He shoots and he scores. Who knew that Vigstar would be our top scorer 2 games into the season? This man can't even play football in real life. But the ref blows the whistle as we pick up back-to-back victories in Sidemen FC's history opener. Let's see how we do this season. And we were now halfway through the season. 28 games played, 25 wins, 77 points, and Vigstar 123 was a top goal scorer with 16 goals in 27 matches, and TBJZL was in 5th place with 12 goals. And as we took a look at the stats, we saw some bad news. Zerka is out injured. However, he did not get injured in a game or in training. I think we need to go ahead and call him up and see what happened with him. Hello Josh, how are you doing? I heard you got injured, but it was nowhere near the club. What happened, man?
Mr. Salinas, I'm gonna be honest, yeah? So I slipped in the shower and now I have a concussion, so I can't play for the next 4 months.
Come on, man. Slipping in the shower, that's such an old guy injury to have. But you know what, Zerka? We'll go ahead and finish off the season strong. Hopefully, it's not bad without you. Go ahead and heal up. But yeah, since our captain Zerka is out for 4 months due to a concussion because he slipped in the shower, we went ahead and signed James Milner, basically replacing an old guy with another old guy footballer. So we went ahead and added James Milner to the side. Hopefully, he's going to do a good job replacing Zerka. But it was time for our next game against West Bromwich Albion, our first game without all 7 Sidemen and without our captain as well. Let's see how the Sidemen cope with one of them missing. And now it's KSI on the ball with a brilliant through ball into TBJZL. He's too fast. He's the fastest YouTuber in the world. It's TBJZL. It's still TBJZL. 1v1 against the goalkeeper, and yes, he puts it away. That's the third Sidemen we scored with as he slides like he usually slides into those girls' DMs. But we take a 1-0 lead against West Brom. And now it's the 89th minute. Abbas on the ball looking for a counterattack. Back into TBJZL through ball. TBJZL, like I said before, he's the fastest YouTuber in the world. 1v1 against the goalkeeper. Can he go ahead and give his brace? No, he gives it to Vigstar with a shot. And Vigstar, the top goal scorer of the championship, the top goal scorer in Sidemen FC history, has put the game away. And the game comes to an end, 2-0 victory. But up next, we already had another game against Swansea City. Who knew that these YouTubers can be amazing footballers so far in this journey? Miniminter with a brilliant pass into Vigstar 1-2-3, the top goal scorer. He cuts to the right, he gets past the defender, Vigstar from outside the box, and he puts it away. What a beautiful goal from Vigstar. How poetic is it that the worst Sideman in football in real life is the best player so far along this journey? And now we have a corner. It's given to Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling has the ball. Crosses it in into Miniminter with a bicycle kick. And he scores a bicycle kick. Miniminter, of course, the best Sidemen footballer in real life, has scored a bicycle kick. That's the 4th Sidemen to score. Can we score with all 7 Sidemen in the first season? And that was all she wrote for this game against Swansea. Another 2-0 victory. The Sidemen have gone to an amazing start to this journey and becoming the best team in the world. And we were now in the final game of the season. 45 games played, 123 points, only 2 losses. And Vikkstar 123 having 28 goals in 44 matches. And TBJZL right behind them with 21 goals and 42. Let's go ahead and finish off this game, pick up the EFL Championship title, and go on to the Premier League. And our final game of the season is against Bristol City to end off this brilliant and historic season for Sidemen FC. Let's go ahead and finish off with a victory and maybe even get Vikkstar 30 goals in one season. Wow, brilliant season for Vikkstar. About to reach 30 goals. I did not expect this from this man. He doesn't even know how to play football, but with the right people, I guess he's shining.
Well, Vic, you've outdone yourself here. 28 goals, now go and get yourself that 30 goals. Show the world that when you do things for the people you love, you can do anything.
Raheem Sterling with a brilliant through ball into Vikkstar, who's once again 1v1 against the goalkeeper. He's been in this position before. Can he finish? And yes, he does in the top left-hand corner. This guy did not know how to play football before this season, but because he is with his friends, the people he loves, he has scored his 29th goal of the season. 1 goal left for him to score. And now it's Scott with a through ball into TBJZL. Can he go ahead and finish off this game and secure the championship title? TBJZL gives it to Vikkstar with another finish, and he gets 30 goals. This just shows that you can do anything if you set your mind to. Vikkstar, a guy who just played Minecraft in his chair, has scored 30 goals in professional football. The Sidemen are going to the Premier League. And the ref blows the whistle as it's a 2-0 victory. 30 goals for Vikkstar, and Zerka and the rest of the Sidemen pick up the EFL Championship trophy, one step close to becoming the best team in the world, onwards to the Premier League. And shout out to TBJZL for the most goal involvements this season, 21 goals and 12 assists, slowly becoming the best Sidemen in this team. But it was now time for the Premier League season. We're aiming to finish in the top 4 to get Champions League football, and it was time for our first game of the season against Leicester City. How good will the Sidemen be in the Premier League? Alright, Edgar, your first Premier League game with the Sidemen. You're managing a bunch of YouTubers who have never played professional football before, and you're doing a relatively good job. Keep these boys motivated, and one day you'll become the best team in the world. 81 minutes in, it's been a dull game, but Zerka, the captain, picks up the ball with a brilliant through ball into Vikkstar, who once again is 1v1 against the goalkeeper. So much pressure on him to do well this season, and yes, he scores once again. This man has turned into a superpower in professional football as he scores potentially the winner of the Sidemen's first ever Premier League game. And once again, Vikkstar is the hero in our first ever Premier League game as we pick up our first 3 points. But up next, we had a tough test against the shithouse Burnley. Let's see how we do. And now it's Raheem Sterling on the ball with a through ball into TBJZL, who's 1v1 against the goalkeeper. Can he go ahead and score? And he puts it away, his first goal in Premier League football. Vikkstar and TBJZL have become an amazing partnership. However, the rest of the Sidemen have also been doing amazing. Zerka with another brilliant pass into Toby, the 2 best friends since elementary. Here comes TBJZL. He puts it away, and yes, he does. 2-0 against Burnley. 2-0 against a Premier League side. These men are so talented. And that was all she wrote for Burnley. 2-0 goes from TBJZL, and Vikkstar still only 4 Sidemen scoring in game. But up next, we had a chance to make that more as we play at home against Fulham. Sterling gives a brilliant ball into KSI, and here comes KSI down the wing. KSI with a tremendous cross into Vikkstar, and it's a slow shot, and it hits a post, and it goes in. What a team goal. What a brilliant pass from KSI, and what a beautiful header from Vikkstar, who's like 5'2" or something. But it's another lead for Sidemen. They're really dominating world football right now. And now it's Raheem Sterling running down the wing, gives it to Vikkstar, who 1v1 against the goalkeeper again to get a second, and yes, he does. Vikkstar is just such a good footballer. This is going to be an insane journey as we're looking to qualify for top 4 this season. And the ref blows the whistle. It finishes 2-0. The Sidemen 3 games into the Premier League, 3 wins, 9 points. Let's see how the rest of the season goes ahead. And we were now halfway through the season, sitting in 2nd place, 45 points in our first ever Premier League season. However, we had a problem as none of the 7 Sidemen were in the top 25 goal scoring charts in the Premier League. We had to go ahead and change something. So I went ahead and changed the formation to a 4-3-2-1, giving Vic a little bit of help with TBJZL and Raheem Sterling coming in as right forward and left forward. Let's see if one of these two, Vikkstar or TBJZL, can get amongst the top goal scoring charts. And to test this brand new formation, we're playing against Behzinga's favorite side in West Ham. let's go ahead and destroy this team and maybe even get a goal with Ethan Behzinga. KSI with a brilliant pass into Vikkstar. Vikkstar, it's still Vikkstar, gets past two defenders. Vikkstar with a shot and he puts it away. He may be the man that goes ahead and gets in the top goal scoring charts, as he has been an amazing number 9 so far in this journey. But sadly, that Vikkstar goal was the only goal of the game. We want to score with either Vikkstar or TBJZL to get amongst the top goal scoring charts, but let's go ahead and forget about it, as up next, we have our toughest test yet against Manchester United. And now, Miniminter picks up the ball. He sees Vikkstar with the space, and Vikkstar receives the ball. 1v1, once again, like usual, against the goalkeeper. Vikkstar, he's too fast, he has a shot, and he gets another goal. I don't know how, but this man is insane as a number 9 and an amazing footballer in FIFA. But once again, it was another 1-0 victory, probably the biggest win in Sidemen FC history. But let's go ahead and test this formation one last time against Brighton and Hove Albion. I have a feeling this might be when the team clicks and we score a bunch of goals. Behzinga with a brilliant lob pass into TBJZL. TBJZL gives it a through ball into Vikkstar. Vikkstar with a shot and he puts it away. Come on. Vikkstar has been scoring all the goals in this journey so far, and he's going to continue to do that. And now, it's KSI through ball into Vikkstar with a shot once again. And Vikkstar gets his brace. Can he be the first man in Sidemen FC history to get a hat-trick out of all the players in this team? But no, the hat-trick sadly wasn't to be, as Brighton pull one back and the game does end 2-1, but it's another 3 points for the Sidemen. However, the goal scoring charts did change, as Vikkstar was now sitting in 3rd place right behind Bruno Fernandes and Harry Kane, and Sidemen were still looking pretty to finish in the top 4, still sitting in 2nd place. But we were now in the last game of the season. We dropped down all the way to 4th place. We have to win this game against Premier League champions Chelsea, because if Man United win and we lose, we will not be qualifying for the UCL and we cannot become the best team in the world next season. And not only that, Vikkstar is now fighting for the Golden Boot against Harry Kane. Vikkstar against one of the best Premier League strikers of all time to win the most prestigious goal scoring award in English football. This is going to be insane. However, we do have bad news before this game. Ronaldo has been suspended for the rest of the season. Let's go ahead and meet up with him and find out why he is suspended. Hey Harry, how's it going, man? Why are you suspended? You did not get a red card last game. Is there some allegations or is there something you did outside the pitch? Just be honest with me, man.
Well, boss, there has been reports that I was caught doing a line, but I can assure you I did not do it. But I hope you can finish the job this season. Good luck.
Yes, of course, Harry, I do believe you. These allegations will go away because I know you would never do something like that. But it was now time for the final game of the season. We're missing a Sidemen. Ronaldo has some allegations because he did something has to do with the line. I don't know what that means, but can the 6 Sidemen that are left in this pitch go ahead and finish the job, as Milner is playing at center back to go ahead and qualify for the UCL next season? Alright, Edgar, one more game, and you will cement Sidemen already in history, qualifying them for their first ever UCL campaign, and you're one step closer of making them the best team in the world. Don't let the fans down.
Vic, you're cracked on the pitch. You can win that golden boot. Just score like you have been.
51 minutes in against the Premier League champions. Miniminter with a brilliant through ball into TBJZL. Miniminter and TBJZL have a brilliant connection. And now it's TBJZL through ball into Vikkstar. Can he go ahead and get a goal? And yes, he does. That's his 20th goal of the season. Can he go ahead and beat the golden boot out against Harry Kane? And can we qualify for the Champions League? But the ref blows the whistle as we do win the game and we do qualify for the Champions League, beating the Premier League champions at it. We are making history with Sidemen FC. But the question is, now that we qualify for the UCL, did Vikkstar beat Harry Kane to that golden boot? And yes, he has. Vikkstar 123, the man who is known to be the worst footballer for the Sidemen, has won the golden boot in the hardest league in the world. The Sidemen team is absolutely insane. But it was now time for season number 3, our first season in the UCL. I wanted to make some changes. Sterling wasn't up to par, so we're gonna go ahead and move Miniminter as a left winger and move KSI to center attacking mid. And we're gonna go ahead and sign a new center midfielder. And the center midfielder we are bringing in is one of the best players in the world, and Simon Miniminter's bitch, and Kevin De Bruyne, after he hit him with the ball so many years ago. But this is the brand new starting 11. Kevin De Bruyne playing in that center mid, and of course the Ronaldo allegations were false. He would never do something, whatever that is, the line. What is that, man? But it was now time for the UEFA Champions League draw for Sidemen FC for the first time in their history. Let's see what teams we're playing against. But as we scroll down, this Sidemen FC go ahead and get an easy group. Are they gonna luck out here and get a very easy group? And we're gonna go ahead and get RB Leipzig, Ajax, and Sturm Graz. That should be an easy group. We should be qualifying to the round of 16. But it was now time for the first ever UCL game for Sidemen FC. We are here against RB Leipzig. Let's go ahead and continue to make an impact in the footballing world, showing that YouTubers can also be professional athletes. Wow, Edgar, 3 seasons, you have done a brilliant job managing these boys and taking them to the UCL. Go ahead and finish the job and win the UCL this season. Shock the world and change the footballing world as well. And now it's the 59th minute. Miniminter threw ball to his best friend KSI, who has not scored in this journey so far. Can we go ahead and make it 5 Sidemen to score? It's KSI with a shot and he scores his first goal in Sidemen FC history as we take a 1-0 lead in our first ever UCL game. We keep going higher and higher. This Sidemen FC cannot be stopped. And the ref does blow the whistle as we pick up our first UCL victory, but there is no rest as our next game is against Sturm Graz. Can we go ahead and get another 3 points? And we now have a penalty. Behzinga to take it, to make it 6 Sidemen to score. In his journey, he goes to the left hand side and he puts it away. That is 6 Sidemen to score for Sidemen FC. We only need 1 more player, and that is Rotis Shaw. And to be honest, I see it coming soon because he is an absolute crackhead. And now it's Olejiri on the ball. Here comes KSI looking for a second goal of the competition and he puts it away. 2-0 against a UCL side. Whoever knew that the Sidemen would be in this position? And we now have a penalty. KSI is going to take it. He's searching for the hat-trick. KSI goes to the left-hand side and he gets his brace as we go 3-0 up. Can he go ahead and get the first ever Sidemen FC hat-trick? And no, sadly, the Fat Nick does not get his hat-trick, but we still pick up another 3 points. This group is ours for the taking. As long as nobody leaves, nobody gets injured, we'll be absolutely fine. But before we can continue our UCL campaign, one of the Sidemen wanted to speak to us about something personal. Let's go ahead and find out who that Sideman is. Hello, JJ man, how you doing? Step into my office, take a seat. How you doing? Is there something up? Is there something you need to tell me?
Yes, fam, I have some bad news. I have to go ahead and leave for the next couple of months until January, as I have to train and fight Jake Paul.
But JJ, you can't leave now, man. We're dominating this UCL group and we need you. We need all 7 Sidemen in order to succeed. Are you sure you don't want to reschedule the fight or maybe just back out or just a little for now?
No, I'm sorry, man. I need to leave a legacy in this world. I hope you understand. I believe the Sidemen can do it without me.
You know what, JJ? I do understand. There's no hard feelings. You go ahead and chase what you need. We'll be waiting for you in February when we qualify for the knockout stages in order for us to win the Champions League. Good luck on your fight and destroy Jake Paul. However, even if I was confident that the Sidemen could do it without KSI, the form suddenly dipped as we lost our next game against Ajax and drew our next 2 games against Ajax and RB Leipzig, putting us with 8 points, sitting in 2nd place, in danger of not qualifying to the round of 16. So now we have to go ahead and change something. KSI is not here. We have 1 game left. If we don't win, KSI is going to come back to just Premier League football, which we don't care about. We want to win that UCL. I think I have to go ahead and change the formation. So I decided to change the formation to a 4-3-3 attack, put Milner in that center mid to fill in for KSI while KDB is playing in his camp position. But the Sidemen have not been able to perform without KSI so far. Can they go ahead and change that? Can they go ahead and prove to the world that KSI did not carry the Sidemen to where they're at and prove that they're all amazing individuals? But it was time for the final UCL game. If we win, we qualify to the next round. If we draw or lose, we are out of the Champions League and will not become the best team in the world. Can we do it without KSI? Or was he the main man, the guy who was carrying this team? Toby gives a brilliant through ball into Vixter, who now has all the space in the world. 1v1 against the keeper. Vixter has a shot and he puts it away. We take a 1-0 lead. We haven't won since KSI has left and we have taken the lead. This is going to be huge. Can we go ahead and finish off this game? And now James Milner picks up the ball, gives it to Toby, and now it's Toby. TBJZL with a long shot. Toby finishes and he puts it in the top corner. What a beautiful goal from Toby. It's 2-0 now. They're finally clicking, even without KSI. Josh sees Miniminter on that run, looking for that 3rd goal of this game. It's Miniminter 1v1 against the keeper, finesses it, and yes, 3 goals. After 3 games without winning, without scoring a single goal, Miniminter sues as he puts a 3rd past Sturm Graz, and surely we're going to the round of 16. And the ref blows the whistle as the Sidemen celebrate, as Sidemen FC and the rest of the Sidemen are going to the round of 16, and KSI can come back after his fight with Jake Paul and help us win that Champions League. And right before we find out our round of 16 opponent, we have switched our formation back as KSI has come back with his fight against Jake Paul, which he demolished, by the way, because KSI is a far better boxer. But now it's time to find out who will be facing in the round of 16 as we finished in first place, and we're gonna go ahead and play against Borussia Dortmund. That's actually a relatively easy fight compared with the other sides left in this competition. But since the Sidemen have achieved round of 16 status, they have now reached the top 10 clubs in the world, and here is the rest of the list: Arsenal, Chelsea, Milan, Inter Milan, Barcelona, PSG, Bayern, Manchester City, and the best team in the world, Real Madrid. A lot of competition still left in this UCL campaign. But it was time for the first leg against Borussia Dortmund. We're gonna skip it. As per usual, can the Sidemen take a good lead away from home? And it's going to be a 1-1 draw, as none of the Sidemen get on the score sheet. It's going to be a tough second leg to secure that quarterfinal place. But here we are at home against Borussia Dortmund with all 7 Sidemen in the lineup. KSI is back, like I said before. Let's go ahead and finish the job and move on to the quarterfinals. Toby gives a lob pass into Victor, who's been an amazing goal scorer. Here comes Victor, 1v1, and he puts it away. That's a 1-0 lead. Let's now go ahead and get confident. There's still so much time left to go. However, that Victor goal was enough to send us through to the quarterfinals. I felt like I've said that so much so far because Victor has been rescuing us in almost every game. But we have just knocked out Borussia Dortmund of the round of 16, who we're playing in the quarterfinals, and it's going to be against PSG. Against Lionel Messi, Kylian Mbappe, and Neymar Jr. The Sidemen versus probably the 3 best players in the world. Let's see how this goes. And since we are now in the quarterfinals, the Sidemen have gone all the way up to 5th place, playing against 3rd place, PSG. But we're gonna go ahead and sim this first leg. Kevin De Bruyne does have a knock, so he would probably not be playing this game. But let's go ahead and sim this game, and it's going to be a 1-1 draw as Troby scores a goal. Thank God he did not throw this game like he does in Among Us. Another first leg that finished 1-1, and we're now back here at home. However, KSI the Fat Nick and Simon have both got suspended for this game, so that means we only have 5 Sidemen in this game, but we've seen them before without one of the Sidemen. I'm sure they can win against PSG with 2 of them missing. Toby once again gives it to his brilliant partner in Victor, who chests down, and once again, as per usual, he's 1v1 against the goalkeeper. He has a shot and he finished it. It doesn't matter who's in their way. It doesn't matter how many Sidemen are on the pitch. It's always a guarantee that the Sidemen will be scoring some goals. And now it's just some random bench player running down the wing. He gives a ball into Victor to go ahead and get his brace against PSG, and yes, he does. Victor is the best player in the pitch, better than Neymar, better than Mbappe, better than Messi. Victor is the best player in the Sidemen. And now it's Kawang on the ball, gives it into Victor with a shot, and the first ever hat-trick in Sidemen FC history is given to Victor. 1-3 against the 3rd best team in the world in PSG. We're absolutely having an amazing season with Sidemen. But they weren't done just yet, as Victor gives a through ball to TBJZL. Can he go ahead and make it for TBJZL 1v1, and he has a shot and he puts it away. The Sidemen have absolutely obliterated PSG, and they're going to the semi-finals. And the ref blows the whistle. Victor picks up his match ball, making Sidemen FC history, and the Sidemen are shocking the footballing world right now. But we have knocked out PSG, who is coming up next to be the victims against Sidemen FC, and it's going to be AC Milan. We could have gotten Real Madrid, but we got AC Milan, so thank God that just has happened. And now the Sidemen have moved up from 5th to the 3rd best team in the world, playing against 2nd place Milan. It's going to be an amazing end to this UCL campaign. But this time we have our first leg at home with the Fat Nick and Miniminter back in the lineup. Let's go ahead and see, are we going to get this victory? And it's a 4-1 victory. Miniminter and Troby score some goals. But it was now time for the second leg in the legendary stadium in the San Siro. With a 4-1 lead, there is no way we can throw. But if we throw, as long as we don't throw as hard as Toby in Among Us. And in the 83rd minute, it's been a dull game, but Victor, 1-2-3, has a penalty. He goes ahead and goes to the left-hand side and he puts it away. That should be the end of this tie. And yes, as I said, it was a dull game, but 1 goal was enough to send us to the final of the Champions League. The Sidemen are about to make history if they win that Champions League trophy and become the best team in the world as YouTubers. But before we find out who we're playing in the UCL final, in the other competition, the Premier League, the Sidemen have won the Premier League as Zerka lifts up that Premier League title, and TBJZL wins the Golden Boot with 22 goals in 38 games. But it's time to find out who will be playing in the final of the Champions League. And that opponent is going to be the best team in the world against Real Madrid. This is going to be the hardest match in Sidemen FC history. But can they prove the world wrong and showing that YouTubers can also be athletes. But not only are the Sidemen trying to become the best team in the world, but Vikkstar123 is sitting in 3rd place in the Golden Boot, only 1 goal behind Vinicius Jr. We can go ahead and win the Champions League with the Sidemen and win the Champions League Golden Boot with Vikkstar. Let's see what happens. But it was time for the Champions League final. It's been such a long journey for Sidemen and the gang. Vikkstar has proven the world wrong. KSI had to leave and come back. Well, allegations with Rotushaw and John Zerka fell in the shower. But now they're here. The best YouTube group in history are now in the biggest stadium of them all, in club football, looking to become the best team in the world. Can they do it?
A group of friends once playing for fun, together they stirred with their sights set on one. A dream to come pros, to conquer the pitch, their friendship a weapon, a bond too rich. With every match they made history, their friendship a bond that will never die. And as the final game loomed, the crowd rose, for the Sidemen had proved that friendship is powerful and never goes.
And boys, let me just tell you, it was the most boringest game of this journey so far, so we're gonna have to go ahead and go to penalties. Sidemen in their first ever penalty shootout. Can they go ahead and deliver the biggest trophy of them all? And Karim Benzema is going to be taking the first penalty as he goes to the right hand side, and Emi Martinez couldn't save it. But up next is Harry, the only Sideman to not score in this journey. Can he go ahead and complete that for us? Harry Lewis goes to the left, and yes, he is the final Sideman to score. We have completed that, but now it's time to win this game as Rodrigo goes to the right, and Emi Martinez makes a save. Come on, Ethan Behzinga has scored a penalty before. Can he go ahead and score it again? And yes, he does. It's a 2-1 lead for the Sidemen. And now here comes Toni Kroos, one of the best midfielders of all time. Toni Kroos goes to the left, and Emi Martinez makes a save. And now Miniminter, come on, put this away, and we could definitely win this match. Miniminter goes to the left, and they puts it to the top left. Let's go. If Emi Martinez saves this, or Vinicius misses this, we'll be Champions League winners, and the Sidemen will be the best team in the world. Here goes Vinicius. Vinicius Jr. goes to the right, and he puts it away as Emi Martinez stays planted. But now, if John Zerka, the captain, scores this penalty, we will be the best team in the world. Here comes John Zerka, the captain, has done amazing in this journey. One of the best players as I mistime it, and he goes to the left, and I thought I was still gonna score because I put very little power, but Emi Martinez still has a chance to win this game for us against Eder Militao. He has to be that penalties. He has to be worse than Vikkstar. But here comes Eder Militao, goes to the left, and Emiliano Martinez wanted to move. I put you to go to the left, but oh, who else? Who else to score the winner but Vikkstar123? He's come such a long way, but can Vikkstar score this penalty? He's gonna go ahead and step up, and he shows to the left, and he puts it away. Vikkstar123 has won the Champions League for Sidemen. He's done it. The worst player out of them all has come and proved to the world that with friendship you can do absolutely anything, like becoming one of the best football players in the planet. But John Zerka lives the Champions League trophy as a Sideman, become the best team in the world, and prove the world wrong that YouTubers can be athletes. Go ahead and subscribe to the Sidemen. If you guys enjoyed this video, then you guys would definitely enjoy me making MrBeast the best manager in the world.